Hello YouTube, this is Unger to the Max here, and I am currently watching Game 6 of the 2016 Stanley Cup Playoffs, second round between the Washington Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's because the NHL has kept their content available on iTunes, unlike the NBA, who unfortunately has taken it down. And I am still very, very angry and upset about that. Because as you can see, I am a huge NBA fan. Which, in case you were wondering why I'm wearing a Houston Rockets hat. For those of you who don't know, my dad and I have a lifetime goal to see a game at every NBA team's arena, currently. And when I go to these arenas, I like to get some piece of memorabilia, whether it's a hat, a pennant, a t-shirt, a block of wood, whatever. And so when my dad and I were in Houston to see the Rockets take on the Sacramento Kings, a game in which James Harden dropped 50, this was the piece of memorabilia that I got from Toyota Center. So that's that. So, like I said, I'm watching Game 6 of the second round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs between the Washington Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins. It is currently 1-0 Pittsburgh with about 50 seconds remaining in the first period. So, in 2016, it was the year of blowing leads. Let me explain. Start with the Super Bowl 51. It was the New England Patriots, or as I call them, the New England Cheat-Riots, against the Atlanta Falcons. And as we all know, the Falcons were up 28-3. But because they had Kyle Shanahan as their offensive coordinator, they could not hold on to the lead, and the Patriots were able to come all the way back, force overtime, and then they won the game in overtime. And then in the World Series, the Cleveland Indians were up 3-1, and they had the opportunity to close it out in Game 5 against the Chicago Cubs. But of course, they did not. And the Cubs won Game 5. The series shifts back to Cleveland for Game 6 and Game 7, where in Game 6 anyway, the Cubs absolutely pounded the Indians, ensuring in Game 7. And Game 7 was one of the best games I have ever seen, period. Alright. And so the Cubs were pretty much in control of that game up until around the 8th inning. It was 6-3, and then of course, Rajai Davis hits the game-tying home run, which gave Cleveland all the momentum. Now, neither team scored in the 9th inning, but you could tell Cleveland had all the momentum. So, that rain delay in the top of the 10th inning, as a Cubs fan, I gotta give Mother Nature major props and major credit. If that rain delay does not happen, I don't think I would have been celebrating a Chicago Cubs World Series championship at the end of the night. I really don't. And then, of course, we go to the NBA. Start with the 2016 Western Conference Finals. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook are up 3-1 against Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, and the 73-win Golden State Warriors. Because remember, in 2016, the Warriors set the record for the most wins in the history of the NBA with 73. But the Thunder choked, although there was a game where Klay Thompson just went crazy, that he ended up with like 41 points or something. I believe that was Game 6 when he made several three-pointers in that key third quarter. But then, once the Warriors made it to the NBA Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, they were up 3-1, and then because Draymond Green got suspended, it allowed the Cavaliers to win Game 5, and Cleveland was able to come back and win that series. And I literally tackled my dad to the floor when the Cavaliers won a championship. Like, they are my team. The Cavaliers are my team till the end of time. Even if I move out of Cleveland and move to like St. Louis or something, for example, the Cleveland Cavaliers will always, till I die, the Cavaliers are my team. No matter what. Yeah. So I went absolutely crazy when the Cavaliers won the championship, which makes me even more upset that the NBA took down its content, because I want to be able to see the whole journey, because I have the 2016 NBA Finals and the 2016 Eastern Conference Finals, but I want all of the 2016 NBA playoffs so that I can tell the whole story. You know, from the series sweep against Detroit to the 3-point barrage against Atlanta. Anyway, so the only team who did not blow a 3-1 series lead in 2016 was the team I'm watching right now, the Pittsburgh Penguins. They almost did, but they were able to not be part of it, because they were in the Stanley Cup final against the San Jose Sharks. And the Sharks won Game 5 in Pittsburgh to send the series back to San Jose for a Game 6. So you thought, oh, another team's going to blow a 3-1 series lead. But the Penguins managed to close it out and hoist the Stanley Cup in San Jose. So it's interesting. 2016 was really known for blowing series lead. And again, who was the only team that didn't? The Pittsburgh Penguins.